update. Phazon, we saw him lose to Sandstorm. He's now fighting Tiffany to see which between those two are going to move on into top 8. Those will be off stream.
Here's a classic matchup.
Yes.
It's Boomie versus Cosolix.
Yes, it is.
And so Boomie, it goes without saying, rank 1 global, one of the best players in the world. And then Cosolix, in contrast, is the best Lance player in the world, I think, at this point. There's nobody contesting that.
Definitely.
He's the only one that's placing in singles with Lance primary legends. And Scarlet is an odd one at that. Even when there was a moment where the neutral sig was even considered too powerful, right? And that got adjusted. Still doing amazing on Scarlet. Yeah. Didn't even matter.
He's gone through multiple stages of nerfs when everyone thought he was going to be donezo.
And then he's figured it out again.
Yeah.
Definitely dedicated to this weapon. We're seeing it already. Boomie on the Mirage. Interesting pick, because usually Diana is the focus that he has in singles, and then he brings the Mirage out for doubles with his new team partner, Sandstorm. But he's bringing it out here against Cosolix, a game number 1 on Shipwreck. And Cosolix seems to be doing pretty okay here with the Nair, is keeping Boomie from landing, and the Sarah catches him before he has a jumps, goes for that slight charge down tick. Okay, bring up the downlights now, down tick again. No, goes for the ground pound, and Boomie's going to turn around, dive kick.
This could be dangerous.
2 dive kicks.
Very, very dangerous.
Better cancel down lane to ground pound, he goes for the ground pound again, and Cosolix still manages to make it back to that Sarah. Such a huge reversal as that downlight into Cider from Boomie evens the damage up, but Cosolix with the weapon toss in the Nair. These players aren't giving each other a break. Falling Nair puts Boomie all the way up into the sky. Has to recover the gravity cancel. Sends Cosolix off the side of the map. Still doesn't KO D-Light. Sarah will do it. No, not just yet. Cosolix still living, and Boomie going all the way out there with the ground pound.
And there's the ground pound that we were talking about earlier. Usually when you see Spear players do ground pound on the edge, it's when it's confirmed 100% to hit. You need one more hit to kill. That will send immediately to the left or immediately to the right based on which side you hit it on, and you don't have to be quite as precise as if you were going for like a side air or something like that.
Ooh, Cosolix uses recovery already.
Ooh.
There's the Nair again. Can Cosolix even make it back? No, he can't.
No, he can't. That's a huge gimp, and I think that's due a lot to the fact that not only Boomie played that incredibly well, but Cosolix had Hammer.
Well, he had Hammer, and he just, like, okay, there's the Cider, but, like, I noticed the recovery came out too soon. He didn't touch the wall, and Scythe is the only weapon that will make you absolutely despise yourself for not touching the wall because of how Nair and down air works.
Yes.
The active input means that you can choose which direction to throw them. You tossed him away from the wall, and when he grabbed him, he didn't even touch the wall because he's in the middle of hit stun. Gonna come back, and now Boomie's doing it again. There's the down air, and we're talking about that active input, right? To decide to bring it back down. Cosolix managed to make it back. Nice little Nair into neutral light, but Boomie with the down air again. Really charging that neutral, doesn't manage to catch him. Neutral comes up from Cosolix, and it puts him in perfect position for Boomie to snag him out of the move and send him off the side of the stage.
You see the traditional dash dancing coming out from Cosolix, one of the few players who actually does it in that fashion.
And Boomie's just looking for a side light.
Are we going to see maybe a D-Sig? I was expecting that because they were a little bit stacked for a while.
Boomie's still living.
Daring to move just a little bit further, so he's able to recover really high, avoiding the neutral signature. Gets hit by the side air for the kill. Both players in their final stock, but Cosolix isn't kill percent at this point. At least he has Lance in his hands at this time. It definitely is stronger of the two weapons, is more comfortable
with the hammer,
two weapons.
When he picked up the hammer, he literally immediately died.
Yep.
And he's still keeping it even in stocks. Oh, he had an opportunity. Boomie went a little bit too wide. Oh, but he gets picked up at that down air. Gets tossed the opposite direction, and the recovery coming out unarmed, and Boomie.
That's a JV2.
Yeah, Boomie knowing exactly when that was going to kill. Was already ground pounding to victory. Cosolix probably feeling okay, even though after that loss, right? Because that stock was lost primarily to Shipwreck, and then him just like feels bad when you have one option that you pick, and it's like, oh, my stock's gone now. Doesn't matter what percent. And that's kind of what happened. And that's not going to happen all the time, especially with a player of Cosolix's caliber. They go back to Shipwreck, run it back. Legends are the same. Let's see how it opens up. It's opened up unarmed. Cosolix picks up the hammer, immediately tosses it aside. Boomie finds the Scythe, and neutral light begins, but it doesn't lead into anything else.
Now, aside from the very first stock, Boomie just completely looks very confident right now.
Yes.
Just everything he's throwing out, he doesn't look like he's hesitant at all. Cosolix coming out with a nice open early string.
Oh, he accidentally pivots it. Or maybe I think he meant to slide off the stage and him into the stage.
Yeah, do it the other direction.
Yeah. The Boomie, charging that neutral signature up, tosses out. Oh, wow, that was really good spacing, right? Because if that hits the ground, you have to like wait for the move to end, but he slid off. But Cosolix returning with 2 recoveries. He's sniping him out of the air. I was expecting a third one. It was working so well. Boomie manages to find the gravity cancel down lane in the recovery, but the weapon toss stops Boomie from getting into the follow-up. Oh, suddenly the Nair into recovery. Oh, he charged it for so long. Boomie nearly got impaled. Silent and Nasair not working out. Boomie dodges out of the way. Cosolix looking for so many kill options here, but the gravity cancel down sig, sending him flying off the top of the stage. With Spear shoving to the ground, making it turn to 8 spears.
That's a great stacked or close to stacked option when you don't have the Scythe in your hand, because obviously the Scythe, you also have a similar option with the down sig that'll just sort of put a force field around your character that is the hitboxes. Immediately throwing that hammer away, doesn't want a repeat of what happened before the second he got hammer in his hands.
Yeah, because they were relatively even at these stocks, and then Cosolix got on stage, and now we're seeing the Nasair.
Almost gets the full read.
Oh, and Boomie tried to go for a hard side read. Didn't work out. Gets Nasair again.
Goes back to the main stage. He has the lead here. Sidelight side air again.
His dodge was used.
Yep, so that made sidelight side air true, and he gets the down signature.
The down sig to blow him off the side of the stage. Boomie now down a full stock.
This is a big lead for Cosolix at this point.
Sidelight down air. Puts Boomie off the side of the stage. He's trying to down air into the stage.
This could be very dangerous territory. Lance
reposition.
holding it, just staring, watching Boomie go past him instead of trying to hit him for the chase dodge on hit. Definitely the smarter option coming out from Cosolix.
Well, and also he sared the opposite direction of the stage to put himself in a position where it was harder for Boomie to punish where he was charging. Really brilliant recovery coming up from Cosolix. Tosses the lance aside, surprisingly picking up the hammer, but gets the stomp. Ooh, goes to the recovery after the stomp. That could have been a sidelight Nasair or something. He's on the verge of two-stocking Boomie here. And that's better than a JV2, that's for sure. Stomp, still missing. Boomie kicks him to the side. And Nasair doesn't quite do it yet, but Cosolix doesn't have that side air.
He's not going to have that dodge yet off of cooldown.
And then Boomie doesn't even jump out of the way of the hammer. He dodges it as it lands on the stage.
He put out a lot of good damage with that hammer, though. His neutral game hammer, very solid. I think he might struggle a little bit off stage just because you have very vertical options coming from the hammer with the recovery and the down air. And Boomie can come in at 45-degree angles with the down air, with the neutral air.
Connects. Recovery just barely didn't miss out. If he charged a little bit longer, maybe it would have connected. Sidelight Nasair doesn't work out. Boomie,
if his dodge wouldn't have been there, that would have been a kill.
Boomie definitely aware of how to dodge that move, but Cider connects him without the gimp. Cosolix looks like he has the upper hand against Boomie. Will Boomie switch off Mirage? Boomie's legend pool is massive.
One of the biggest in the game for sure.
And I wouldn't be surprised to see him switch to Diana because that's been his like go-to main legend. But he's got a few characters that he can pick. But no,
he's not switching, staying on the Mirage.
We're looking at the replay right now. Seeing that finisher is Cosolix is just able to land with the side air.
And he's banning Shipwreck immediately.
Interesting. The maps that are left all have a tri-platform like way of maneuvering. Great Hall, Twilight, Small Enigma. I think he picked Small Enigma.
Yeah, we're going to Small Enigma.
And the reason I think for this is that Great Hall and Twilight, their platforms jut out past the center stage, so Boomie could posture on there, and with the Scythe, fall through, jump up, do whatever he wants, get an air or down air, continue a string that could just kill him early. I think it's a smart decision out of all those maps that are left. Go to Small Enigma here for game number 3 as Cosolix is trying to send the best player in the world to losers bracket before top 8.
Now the thing is, for Cosolix, if Boomie wants to kind of spend time on those platforms, like Cosolix can just rule so much territory with the neutral air.
Ooh, there's again. Grab against the downsig. Silent Nasair puts Boomie opposite. That downsig was dangerously close. Charging that recovery up. And Nasair on the way back down. Boomie picking up the weapon thinking he's safe, and Cosolix showing that he's not. Those lance recoveries are scary because you have to you have to watch and listen to the charge sound to know when it's being released and how far it's going to go.
And you never know when your opponent is going to release it until they release it. Because you have lance players who will hold it all the way for the maximum distance. You'll have players who will tap it. You have players who will alternate it based on the situation. That's what the best players do. That's what Cosolix does. Sometimes they won't even do it in the direction towards the stage. They'll do it in the other direction. That lance recovery has so much versatility in the way that you use it.
Boomie even things up pretty quickly with 2 unarmed recoveries. But Cosolix, ooh, he's fine. Good job by Boomie being able to dodge the follow-up there. But Cosolix is putting out a lot of nairs, making those platforms kind of dangerous to stand on. Because Cosolix doesn't have to commit too much to use a lance neutral air. Weapon toss barely connects with Cosolix, allows Boomie to pick up the scythe, and he gets the down air. Neutral light recovery. And the clash keeps Cosolix off stage, has to use the recovery. And the Nasair coming up for Boomie. Fully charged neutral sig. Not quite in the right direction. Maybe if he pivoted it, Cosolix would have fallen down. Caught out of a down line.
Cosolix was far enough away from him, so there was no punish after it.
Absolutely.
Cosolix is still holding this lead, though. This could be hugely dangerous!
Oh my god. Boomie with the excellent turnaround there, right? Saw the downsig charging, instead of panicking intentionally recovered underneath him
Yep.
to turn around to be able to get that down air and just send him further in the direction of which he was slide charging to his death. Cosolix now down. A whole stock in the stop. Sair just barely does it. Even stocks here. Who's going to go into top 8? On winner's side, Boomie versus Cosolix. Cosolix finding nair after nair. Nice little down air from Boomie. Boomie neutral lights in the wrong direction, and Cosolix goes in for a hard punish, but the neutral stick. Every time Cosolix hits a neutral stick, it's put him in a perfect position for Boomie either to nair or down air him.
Yep. It's because he's staying low after that option rather than panic jumping or dodging up or anything like that.
D-Light Sair connects. He went for a double. Went a little bit too far. Boomie playing on that platform. The pogo stick begins, but the Sair catches Boomie out of a jump. And a weapon spawns. It's the Scythe, but he does not find that falling Sair. And another Sidelight Sair connects, and Cosolix puts Boomie closer to the red. Sidelight Sair again puts him into the red. Neutral sync recovery. Oh, it's so close. Boomie doesn't get the punish, and Cosolix
Oh my
recovery of the weapon
gosh!
with the Sair alone.
How does he play Lance like that? Like, it's like he has to. How is he not cheating and doing those things? His Lance is unparalleled in Brawlhalla. Nobody else at all can do that.